Well, I've recently been accused of being an AI.
Nobody trusts anybody now.
Which I'm not. And would an AI say that? Probably. I don't know. I'm not AI. I'm not using AI. This is my actual computer. Look at the square screens and the age, right? I don't have that kind of tech. I have no idea how that kind of tech works. Essentially, with The Thing, as I said in the comments, it didn't go as well as I'd like, which is a shame because The Thing is a great book, an amazing movie. I think a few things were going on. I was trying to read more deliberately and slowly, and it just led to real pacing issues. I was also really ill at the time, so I was struggling to breathe while I was reading in the mornings. And additionally, my microphone was breaking all over the place, so I had to record everything over and over again. Bottom line, it's listenable. The Thing, is it as good as I'd like? No, sadly it's not. But hopefully you enjoyed it anyway if you listened to it. If not, maybe I'll come back to it in the future because I do love that story. Enough about the past. I've listened to the feedback. I know I'd had some feedback already because I think I tried slowing down on Die Hard and I didn't quite like the sound of that one either. So The Thing is the last time I'll go that slow, that deliberate. The pacing was off. I've tried to fix it with our next two books. So if you're listening to this as it's coming out, this is February as we stand, March and April's books will be better paced. But what are those books? For the first one, I've gone for something a bit different. Obviously the channel is Aliens, Predator, Aliens versus Predator. We then got Terminator as a big theme through everything, and then mostly 80s, 90s movie novelizations. The book for March is a movie novelization, but it's not in the sci-fi realm, which is what we normally look at. I've gone for, as you may have guessed from that bit a minute ago, a James Bond book. A lot of this channel is going down memory lane for me and perhaps for you as well, and certainly part of the 90s for me, having never really been a big James Bond fan growing up, was GoldenEye. Was it the movie that sold it to me? Was it the amazing game? I'm going to say probably the game. I have very fond memories of my Nintendo 64. I would have been like 16, I want to say, when that game came out. Amazing game. I remember going away with 3 friends to my friend Sean's nan's caravan somewhere, I forget where it was now, and we were there for 2 weeks in the summer doing nothing but just sitting playing 4-player GoldenEye. So absolute fond memories for me, and I think I probably played the game first, then thought, hey, what's that movie like? And went back and went, you know what, I quite like that James Bond movie. So, long story there, maybe you can relate, right? But James Bond, GoldenEye is our book for March. It's a change, as I say, it's not sci-fi, it's not entirely action either. I guess James Bond is its own genre, he is his own thing. But it's an interesting read, I've finished reading it, it's all recorded and ready to go. It's very similar to the movie, which is good in a novelization. They've changed some of the dialogue. Now, I sometimes like that, and I sometimes don't. I think there were some good changes in here at points, not major ones, but one of my favourite lines in the movie wasn't in there, all right? So when I got to the end, I was all geared up for a particular line. If you know the movie, in fact, I'll just play the line now, it was this.
For England, James? No. For me.
And I just love the delivery on that line, and not to spoil the end of the book, they went with a different line, and I don't know, I kind of wanted to put my hand over the page and just read that line there because it's so good. But still, worth a listen, something a little bit different. One thing I learned of going into the thing with a sore voice and feeling pretty rough doing it was to have a bit of a break every now and then. If you recall, I just did the longest book on the channel, the second in the T2 trilogy, and then I should have taken a break. I didn't, I was ill, I went straight into the thing, and we saw the results not being as good as I'd like. So this book is quite short. It's only, I want to say 19 chapters. So March will be a relatively short month. April is a return to form. We had a vote recently. You'll know it was between Rogue and Music of the Spears for our next Aliens book, and Rogue won. just off the back of the book, Rogue was the one that got my vote, and I'm really glad we went with this. The last Aliens book was Alien Harvest, which, you know, it didn't really feel like an Aliens book. Did it have aliens in it? Yeah, a little bit. But most of the book was more like a heist plot, and it never really got the alien vibe going on. This one is the exact opposite. This is absolute trope territory, pure cliche aliens things. In fact, stop a minute, right? Have 5 seconds. Oh, the teacher in me's coming out. Have 5 seconds to think. What are some classic aliens tropes? Yeah, all of that. This book has those. There is a mad scientist running experiments. There is the evil corporation. More than one, in fact, because there are also spies and you don't know what they're doing. There are seriously angry colonial marines. They're in the book. Is there a sassy female lead? Yes, there is. Is she got a love interest? Yes, she does. Everything about this book is cliched, and I love it, right? So if you like aliens and the classic 90s aliens vibe, come back in April, because this is a really good one. I'm about 2/3 of the way through reading it, and I must say it's got me hooked. I'm getting up in the mornings to read as always. It's half term for me at the moment, so I'm on holiday. Don't have to read, I guess, but I'm getting up anyway at 5 in the morning when it's nice and quiet to read, and I'm just flying through this one because it's really good aliens stuff. So, a return to the core of the channel. As always, thanks for staying with us. Forgot to give the shout out to the Buy Me a Coffee crew. If you bought me any coffees in the last couple of months, thank you very much. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a link. Why am I pointing down like it's under the table? There's a link at the bottom of this video and in all the videos to the Buy Me a Coffee page for Teach Reads. If you'd like to donate $5, please do. It all goes on books. There are now 39 movie novelizations on my bookshelf. I've lost track of how many we've read, but there are more to get. They're like Pokemon. I'm out here trying to catch them all.
Pokemon Go!
You will have also seen in the community tab that I recently bought some books off a recommendation from somebody who watches these videos. I've done that plenty of times now. If you've got recommendations, give me a shout. If you'd like to get the books bought, as we did with the Terminator 3 books that come up next year, buy me some coffee. I promise it gets spent on books. So, thank you for sticking with us. Merry February or whenever you're watching this, and I'll speak to you again soon.